Saskatchewan's COVID-19 caseload has hovered near 300 for more than a week, but it will not trigger any new restrictions. Premier Scott Moe says the current measures are not insignificant, and he says they will work if people follow the guidelines.
I think it's fair to say that our cases here in the province on the 7-day rolling average are beginning to stabilize, and it will be watched very closely in the days ahead as we extended those measures for 2 weeks out to the end of the month in anticipation that they would be successful in these days as they were throughout the days during December, notwithstanding the holiday bump that we had. So, very positive on where we're going. Do we need to see these numbers bend down further? Yes, absolutely.
Dr. Saqib Shahab says some of the current transmission is being driven by younger people and people attending funerals, which can have a maximum capacity of 30 people. When asked what would trigger more strict measures, Shahab says, like other places in the world and in Canada, it comes down to hospital capacity.
Your hospital just can't keep up when you have to make a decision between who gets treatment and who doesn't. Of course, that's a point of no return where you have to bring the hammer down to save the health system. We may not be there yet, but I think that's what was mentioned, that the hammer is a very blunt instrument. It causes many unintended consequences. It's not the preferred instrument, but when the health system is on the brink of collapse, then unfortunately those desperate measures have to be taken as well.
Moe says he's concerned that next week Pfizer won't be sending any vaccine to Canada. Ontario Premier Doug Ford said that if he were in the Prime Minister's shoes, he would, quote, light a firecracker up the ying-yang of the powers that be at Pfizer to get more doses to Canada. Premier Moe echoed those statements and went a step further.
I believe, someone, if not the CEO of Pfizer, and maybe light a firecracker up his yin-yang, I think was the words that I heard. And I would just say that there would be a lineup of premiers behind. If the Prime Minister was able to do that, there'd be a lineup of premiers behind that would bring a lighter to that party.
The federal government has a contract with Pfizer to receive 4 million doses to the country before the end of March. It expects larger shipments in February and March to make up for the slowdown that's happening now. Adam Hunter, CBC News, Regina.